Tonight on Roughing It Outdoors, look at this big monster. It's a fishing adventure you've never seen before.
All right, nice.
We're back with Backcountry New Zealand for the famous trout fishing and exploring New Zealand by boat and by chopper. I'm Adam Meikle, and this is Roughing It Outdoors. Thanks for tuning in to Roughing It Outdoors, powered by Ford. I'm Adam Meikle. For this week's show, we're back in New Zealand. If you caught last week's show, you might remember my wife and her first big game animal, the beautiful red stag she got on High Peak Estates. Well, this week, it's all about the rod and the river.
There's one little secret to New Zealand, and the further you go, the better the fishing gets. So.
Nigel Bird, owner of Backcountry New Zealand, has taken us to a river he's fished quite a bit. But just like back home, these special places are coveted. So he's not going to tell us exactly what river it is. We can tell you that on the way, we passed the place where the Chronicles of Narnia movie, The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe was filmed. High on the Southern Alps on the South Island is this area of tortured rocks and dramatic valleys known as Flock Hill. It was here that the scenes for the great battle in Narnia were shot. This fake rock is all that remains of the set.
I think it's cool. Yeah. The kids are going to love it.
It's a great place to bring people that are fishing New Zealand for the first time, because we can teach them a whole bunch of skills here. We do everything we can to get set up properly and take the time, a real nice sort of military approach to try and make sure that our first cast is going to be as good as we can possibly make it.
In New Zealand, the trout are wild and can grow to double digits. The trade-off is there are not that many fish per mile. Much like hunting, it's a spot and stalk technique here. And when Nigel says it's a military approach, he means it.
Yeah. I saw
Oh yeah, you did. He came across.
I saw a little bit of pink. Our fishing is actually a teamwork approach. So a guide is spotting, instructing, teaching, judging things, can often see the trout better than the angler because we've got an elevated position on the river.
Each cast, each presentation is carefully choreographed. From a perch, Phil guides Nigel into position and calls out the length of the cast required. Here, getting that first cast to be just perfect can mean the difference between a caught fish and a spooked fish.
There he is. Nice fish.
Awesome fish, Nige.
Oh yeah, that was great. I mean, that was perfect. Came up, took that fly, we could all see him. Now I'm just keeping my rod up high, keeping a good bend in the rod. These are bigger fish, you've got to tire them out. You just got to stay mobile on your feet too. That's another thing that a lot of people sort of forget.
Oh, beautiful.
Woohoo! That's what we're loving. Well done.
Look at the color.
And that there was a classic example of teamwork.
Yeah.
Guide and climb. You know, anything from 2.5 to 4 pounds is very much an average fish.
Here, an average fish is a great fish back home. I couldn't wait to get a line in the water.
It's over on this side of the current, Phil.
So if you go a metre upstream with your fly of that, okay, and get a drift down over that flat rock.
And he's near the flat rock.
Yeah.
Okay.
Unlike Nigel, my first cast was a bust.
Okay, let's make it 2 foot longer.
A little instruction and a little different location, and I finally got my fly where Nigel wanted it.
Good, watch your indicator. Yep.
Oh!
Move your feet.
Nice job,
Move your feet.
Nigel says another key to fighting these fish is to get the fish on the reel as soon as possible.
That is very cool. This could be my biggest fish on a fly rod.
Well, better keep looking at it. Could be the biggest fish you lose too.
Stop it!
There we go.
Just keep it easy, keep it easy.
Wow! Woohoo! That's got to be my biggest rainbow ever on a fly rod. Look at that pig.
That is a pig.
Wow! Check that fish out. That is why you come to New Zealand. Thank you, Nigel.
No worries, mate.
What a beautiful fish. Wow! Woo!
There he is. All right, nice.
The trout season runs here from the 1st of October through the end of April. A guide can cost you around $400 to $600 per day. And if you're looking to check off your bucket list, a monster bow or a brown on the fly, a trip with Backcountry New Zealand is a great place to start.
It's just we've got good insect life, we've got good water quality, and we've got good gene pool, and I think that's really important. And every piece of water that is capable of holding a fish can hold some pretty big fish.
We were all able to catch fish today.
Watch that, watch it, retrieve. Go! Rod tip up high, rod tip up high.
Even my wife was able to land.
Now.
Her biggest fish on a fly.
Fishy.
Yeah, that's it, great.
Nice net job.
Yeah, the fishing and the hunting here is, we've got so much freedom to do it, there's so little regulations on it, and we just make the most of living in New Zealand.
Fishing, hunting, plenty of adventure here in New Zealand, but what if you're looking for something a little bit different?
Keep your arms inside the boat, and when I indicate we're going to go through a tight turn, I'll do this, so just hold on.
Nigel has set us up with Discovery jet boats. Rick, the operator, takes tourists up the Rakai Gorge. This turquoise green river is one of the largest and most spectacular rivers in the Canterbury region.
Beautiful river, celebrated for its trout and salmon fishing, for its jet boating, kayaking, canoeing, camping, tramping. It's a real sporty area. The river's the hub of a lot of activity.
Before we knew it, Rick's 350-powered Hamilton 212 Series jet boat had us cruising at 60 miles per hour, past huge boulders the size of the boat and just inches away from the rocks that form this braided river. We knew we were about to get a little wet.
That's what it's about! New Zealand, you can't beat it! I've never seen anything like that! You want to do it again?
My wife was having the time of her life, and she was about to go on her first ever helicopter ride.
Here we go!
While Tony and I decide who's going to lose their lunch first, I learned that Blair, our pilot, is one of the resources Backcountry New Zealand uses when hunters come to New Zealand and want to hunt the elusive tar or chamois. A hunter is often shuttled by helicopter into the very steep country here, and the chopper is often used to get the animal back to civilization.
Very tough hunt. Very much underestimated by the clients that come here on the country they live in. They live in some fairly extensive, big country, very steep.
Tanya was able to check out the High Peak Game Estate where she shot her stag a few days ago, and her next stop, the Terrence Downs High Country Resort and Spa.
Hello, welcome to the spa. My name is Laura.
For 4 days, my wife has been a trooper, following Tony, Nigel, and I around, hiking, hunting, and fishing. She's finally getting a little time to herself.
Yes, this is the treat after you go hunting. So you get to go to the spa and relax and have a facial, massage, pedicure, manicure, you know, the whole works.
New Zealand is a long flight. In fact, it took us nearly 20 hours by jet just to get here. But we've had the time of our lives. The people, very nice. The country, very beautiful. And we'll be back.
But overall, it's very comfortable, very easy, very safe to come over and adjust from American culture to New Zealand or Kiwi culture. And people just go home smiling. It's not hard to please.
Wow, take a look at that bow. Backcountry New Zealand, whether it's fishing, hunting, a jet boat ride, Nigel and the guys can hook you up with anything.
That's a good average day for us, yeah.
And if people want to do this, the Big Tony at the Big Outdoors, they can contact you, or?
You know what? Both ways, backcountry.co.nz or grab me at Tony Abbott at digits.net. I love it here.
It's a beautiful place. Thank you, sir.
Thanks, Adam.
Had a lot of fun, Nigel.
Thanks, Adam. Thank you.
Hey, whether your idea of roughing it is a trip into the backcountry with the Big Outdoors and Tony Abbott, or just a trip into the Wasatch, just get out and enjoy this great state, this great world of ours. I'm Adam Eagle, Roughing It Outdoors. We'll see you next weekend. Good night.